The day I've been dreading is here. It's time to declutter some toys. Alright guys, I've got a trash can, I've got a donatable box, and I've got coffee. It's time to get cracking on all of these toys. I don't have a set target in mind of how much I want to get rid of, how much I want to keep. I just know there's a lot of stuff here that my kids don't play with. And so they helped me haul it all down here, and they know that I'm getting rid of stuff. So they picked out their favorite things that were non-negotiables, and those have been removed from the pile, and now it's my job to go through it all. So let's see what I can come up with. Okay, my first box is empty. I started with the box that I knew had the most garbage in it. So now that I've got some easy wins, I can get down to some harder stuff. So this right here is just a little bucket of baby toys that I want to keep because we often have people over in our home. And when they bring babies over, it's nice for babies to have toys that are new to them. It keeps them happy longer than their own toys. And so I figured I would have, this is the container that I'm allowed to keep for baby toys. And if it didn't fit in here, then it wasn't going to stay. But I had already pared down my baby toys to the point where there's still room in here, so that's great. So now this can go be put away in the closet in our hallway, and then when friends come over, we can pull it out and we can easily put it away, and hopefully the other kids won't want to keep it out and play with it themselves. So I got these felt baskets from IKEA, and on the one hand, I really like them. They fit in the bottom of our bookshelves that are in our living room, and it's really nice to have something that holds toys that is not see-through. So when we find stuff laying around in the living room, it just gets thrown in there. But then, of course, they just become a catch-all for everything, and so it ends up looking like this, where it's just a bunch of junk. And when you want to find something, you have no idea where it is. So honestly, we're going to keep doing this because I don't have a better system right now. But I just have to go through and get rid of the garbage. So where I can, I'm grouping like items with like so that it's easier to see what I have. And then there's a lot of stuff that's just random, and it used to make me really frustrated when my kids had a lot of random toys because I felt like they didn't belong anywhere with other things, so it was hard to organize them. But I find that my kids actually play with the random stuff. It's just not good to have junk mixed in with it. So I do allow a fair bit of random toys, and what I'm trying to do now is get rid of the random junk they don't play with, get rid of the obvious garbage like paper and other things of that nature. And then I need to address this whole stuffed animal situation. My kids play with stuffed animals a lot. I would say that it's one of the toys they play with the most. But there's just too much. And I have 6 kids, and so the stuffed animals come in at a rate that overwhelms me. And stuffed animals are hard because they come with emotional attachment for kids, and so the older kids decide, I'm done with this, but I don't know that I'm ready to get rid of it. So then they pass it down to a younger sibling. And so now my youngest two basically have all of this that's perhaps 50% their own and 50% that they've received from their older siblings. And so I told them to take out the ones that were precious to them, that mattered the most, and then we'll see which ones are emotionally precious to me and I'm not ready to get rid of them yet. And hopefully at least I can whittle this down to be smaller than it currently is. I saved this from when I was a kid. Any other 80s babies out there? So this is a box of doll clothes / Build-A-Bear clothes. That's what's going in there. These two stuffed animals I have had since I was 3 years old. And my family took a trip to Disneyland for Christmas. And my one gift for Christmas that year was this popple. I melted her hair with my sister's curling iron in our hotel room. And then I forgot it in the hotel room when we left. We checked out and I didn't realize I didn't have it until later. And so my parents contacted the hotel to ask them if they had found it when they were cleaning the room, and we didn't hear back from them. We went to Disneyland, so in order to calm their very frantic 3-year-old who had just lost her popple, they bought me this baby Mickey. And I forgot about the popple until I got a package in the mail months later, and inside was this popple, and the hotel staff had sent it back to me, and I've just hung on to them since then. And I'm grappling with, do I finally get rid of them because they're sort of important to me. I have emotional attachment to them, but if I got rid of them, it wouldn't change the memory that I have of them. And I don't know if my kids play with them enough for me to justify hanging on to them. However, having said that, baby Mickey has been getting some play lately. So I know they say don't defer the decision. Make a decision now and get on with your life, but these two are going to stay for now. Sad bear with only one arm is finally going in the garbage can. I'd say that's progress. I think I got rid of like half. That box looks about as full as this basket, so yay me.
Hey kiddo. Alright. Is the video still going?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you go find yourself something. Okay, I'll go find yourself something else. No, we're not keeping him. I don't think you even knew we had him until you just saw him. Felix, that stuff's in the garbage can because it's busted up. They're not your specialist toys. No, they're not. You need a hug?
Yeah, be me.
Okay, I have this toy kitchen to go through. We'll see if there's anything I can get rid of. My kids actually do a really good job of keeping this kitchen tidy. So it's not that big of a deal to hang on to it and just keep all this food. They go through seasons of playing with it and then not playing with it, but it's really not a big deal to leave it pushed up into the corner of the room until somebody decides they want to play with it again. Okay, wow, there was no junk in there. That's really shocking. So the last thing I have to go through is this basket of dress-up clothes. This is another tricky thing because they get left laying all over the house, but they do get played with. If they're getting left laying all over the house, it means they're playing with them. So I'm hesitant to get rid of anything out of here. But perhaps there will be some junk. We'll just have to find out. My oldest 4 kids all have capes with their initial on them that they got made for them when they were little. My sister-in-law made this one for my oldest when he turned 2. And then my mom made one for each of the other kids when they were preschoolers. So those are pretty precious around here. The littlest 2 like to put these on and pretend that they're sibling superheroes. We should get rid of one of those. Pick which one you like best.
Well, are they both police one?
Yeah. We only need one police one. We should get rid of these because they don't fit right. Okay, I'm going to give you a little play-by-play here of everything that I've organized and decluttered. So starting here with the basket of dress-up clothes. They fit. It's going to get messy again. That's just life. It's fine. Those are all the stuffed animals that are staying. Felt baskets. I'm actually down to 2 that are actually holding stuff. They will fill up again, and that's fine. It's just the way life goes. At least I have a place that can contain the stuff. And then I've got a bin for balls, a bin from Super Mario stuffed animals, and a bin for cars. The tractor has no home, but that's fine. And then I've got an empty bin, IKEA dies and cars, and a bin of random stuff. There's the box of Build-A-Bear and doll clothes, the baby toys. That's everything that's staying, mostly. Then I have, this is a doll bunk bed that my dad made for my older daughter when she was little. It was actually, once upon a time, a shoe shelf we weren't using, and so I asked him to put some sides on, like bracing on the sides and the end, and he made a little ladder on the side there out of the shelf and everything. But I just don't have room for it, and it's time for it to go. And then I have a big box of stuffed animals to donate. That little hammer toy is going to get donated as soon as I can find the last peg. There's one peg missing there, and I think it's hiding under our piano. So if I can dig that out, that will go to the thrift store as well. A box of Mega Blocks that doesn't get played with, and when they do, they're everywhere, so that's going away. The dinosaurs are staying. Felix says he wants to keep them, so That's fine. They stay under his bed, so if he doesn't play with them, they're just gonna stay under there anyway. 1 box of toys to send to the thrift store, 1 bag of trash, and a cardboard box. The rocket ship and bucket are going away too. The ship is broken. It's gotten so much play, but it's just not as fun to play with anymore when the doors are broken off, so mostly it just gets left laying around. And then over here, these are some toys that we're going to pack away for the little girl. There's a box of Barbie stuff on the left, and then the Calico Critters on the right, along with a little car that my dad made for the Calico Critters. So those we'll just put away, I don't know for how long. She likes playing with them now, but she doesn't have the ability to clean up after herself quite as much as I would like, so those are not going to stay out for her quite yet. And then we have remote control cars. Somehow we've lost one of the remotes, so we'll figure out which car that remote belongs to and get rid of the other car. And there's the kitchen. So that's what's staying. And then that baby, Jim, is going to a friend who's having a baby soon. Thanks for hanging out with me today. This actually did not take as long as I thought it would. That's always how it seems to go. This took me 1 hour and 15 minutes. I've been putting this off for weeks, if not months, because I thought it was just going to be this all-consuming project. So let that be motivation for you, that if there's a project you've been putting off, something that you know you just need to clean up and declutter, it's not going to take as long as you think it's going to take. And you will feel so much better once it's cleaned up and organized and you get that stuff out of your house. Thanks for hanging out with me. Come back next week, see what I'm decluttering next. Bye.